The World Health Organization has warned the coronavirus pandemic will get worse and worse if governments fail to take more decisive action, as WHO chief said too many countries were headed in the wrong direction. However, many countries have been heading towards reopening despite WHO's consistent warnings. Good morning, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Home Minister Rambhadur Thapa points at infrastructures constructed unilaterally by India as the reason for the floods in the Tarai region. Executive Chairman of the ruling NCP, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, attempts to take the then CPN-UML faction into confidence to pile pressure for the resignation of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. The number of coronavirus infections worldwide climbs by 1 million in just 5 days. The WHO warns the COVID-19 pandemic will get worse and worse if governments fail to take more decisive action. And leaders Real Madrid move within one win of lifting the La Liga title, defeating Granada 2-1, take a clear 4-point lead from nearest rival Barcelona. The government has said different infrastructures, including roads constructed unilaterally by India at the border area, has caused inundation in the Tarai region. Speaking at the meeting of the State Affairs and Good Governance Committee under the House of Representatives yesterday, Minister for Home Affairs Rambhadur Thapa called the construction of infrastructures by the Indian government as an intervention on Nepal. Minister Thapa blamed the Indian government for constructing infrastructures unilaterally, considering its own benefits. Minister Thapa added that the government has repeatedly urged India to remove infrastructures and said that the Indian government has been overlooking the government's approach.
बाह्य हस्तक्षेपको कारणले गर्दाखेरि बाह्य हस्तक्षेपलाई हामीले रोक्न नसक्दाखेरि पनि यहाँ हामीलाई चाहिँ डुबान जस्तै यहाँ कुराहरु आयो भारतले चाहिँ अब यो समानान्तर रूपमा बाँधहरु बनाइदिँदाखेरि त्यहाँ चाहिँ उनीहरुले बाटोहरु बाँध रूपी बाटोहरु बनाउँदाखेरि पनि हरेक वर्ष यहाँ अब डुबान हुने गरेको छ तराई क्षेत्रहरुमा चाहिँ त्यो एक ढंगले चाहिँ भारतीय पक्षले चाहिँ हामी नेपालमा एउटा हस्तक्षेप नै हो त्यो चाहिँ हामीले अर्को रूपबाट भन्दाखेरि राजनीतिक रूपबाट भन्दाखेरि त्यो एउटा हस्तक्षेप नै हो चाहिँ.
The government has projected that more than 1.2 million people from the Tarai region would be affected this year by floods. Districts including Rohtahat and Mohottari, among others, have already been affected by the floods. The Home Ministry has estimated that more than 3 million people would be affected this year by rain-induced disasters, including floods and landslides in the country. According to the ministry, 85 people have already lost their lives due to the floods and landslides in last 1 month, while 46 people have been missing and 50 people have sustained injuries. The State Affairs and Good Governance Committee, meanwhile, has directed the government to take initiatives to remove infrastructures at the border area. Likewise, the committee has handed an 11-point directive to the government to provide free treatment to those injured by the floods and landslides and provide relief packages to the affected, among others. Executive Chairman of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, publicly poured his displeasure within the party during his visit to his hometown in Chitwan. Executive Chairman Dahal, during a program, expressed his dissatisfaction by targeting Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. Executive Chairman Dahal, during his visit to Madi, Chitwan, spoke about the power conflict within the ruling party. As Executive Chairman Dahal is leading the faction to oust Prime Minister Oli from both the posts of Premiership and Chairman, he also needs to skip infuriating the then CPN-UML faction. Executive Chairman Dahal thus hinted of a concealed group of capitalizing in the ongoing dispute between the two chairmen. During a mass meeting on Sunday, Executive Chairman Dahal informed party cadres regarding the party's internal dispute that there was no need of defecation within the party in the name of nationalism, while issuing a new political map. Expressing his dissatisfaction, Executive Chairman Dahal came up with this statement at a time when Prime Minister Oli had blamed the party's leaders of trying to overthrow him from the post of the premiership with the help of Indian support. Dahal urged the party cadres not to praise one leader and protest against another. With his latest statement, Executive Chairman Dahal tried to convince cadres to quit the Oli faction as he would be leading the party in the upcoming days. The number of coronavirus cases in Nepal has climbed to 16,945 as the Health Ministry confirmed 144 new cases yesterday. Meanwhile, 1,705 individuals have been discharged from different isolation centers and hospitals yesterday, taking the total of recoveries to 10,294. According to the Health Ministry, 6,613 individuals are in different isolation centers, while 23,470 individuals are in different quarantine centers across the country. The death toll due to COVID-19 stands at 38. International flights in Nepal have been suspended since 22nd of March due to the coronavirus pandemic. However, since mid-July, the government has brought home more than 26,700 stranded citizens from several countries. Meanwhile, due to the suspension of regular international flights and expensive chartered flights, more than 20,000 Nepali nationals who have completed their processes for education and employment have been barred from going abroad. We have more in this report. Youths who had already been selected for Korean employment after clearing their language tests are either protesting at Maitighar or visiting the Department of Foreign Employment for queries. The government had already decided 2 months ago to allow these youths to go to Korea for employment. However, they have been stranded due to the suspension of international flights, and it is still uncertain when flights will resume. There are more than 3,000 youths who have already cleared the processes for employment in Korea. Likewise, more than 15,000 students who have already gone through all the necessary processes to pursue their higher education in foreign countries have also been stranded. The countries with less number of COVID-19 cases are returning to normalcy and have resumed international flights. With the suspension of international flights, many foreigners who are interested in visiting Nepal have not been able to do so either. Even the flight service providing companies are looking for regular flights to resume, as chartered flights are very expensive for the passengers to afford. The International Civil Aviation Organization has already circulated a notice to its member countries urging them to resume normal flights following strict precautionary measures. The Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal has also drafted guidelines to resume flights and has handed them over to the Tourism Ministry. The ministry is also preparing to resume both domestic and international flights from the last week of July, as the lockdown has been eased with the decrease in the number of COVID-19 cases. However, vested interest groups are still opting for chartered flights, as they have been able to charge up to 3 times more in airfare. The COVID-19 Crisis Management Committee has failed to take any decision regarding operating normal flights at a time when up to 16 chartered flights are operating on a daily basis. It is still uncertain when regular flights will resume, despite the desire of the tourism minister. On a normal day before the restriction on flights, 80 international flights and 320 domestic flights were in operation on a daily basis. According to the statistics of the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, more than 7 million passengers, including 4.1 million passengers of international flights, had traveled by air in the last fiscal year. Welcome back. It was the 206th birth anniversary of renowned Nepalese poet Bhanubhakta Acharya yesterday. In this context, we had asked poets in Dhading how they remembered the poet. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
भानुभक्तले नेपाली भाषाको एकीकरण गरेका हुन् र विशेष गरेर अहिले नेपाली भाषाको जुन स्थान छ त्यो सबै भानुभक्तको चाहिँ योगदान हो। भानुभक्त अघि नेपाली भाषालाई महत्त्व दिँदै थियो, त्यो व्यतिरिक्त साहित्य नेपाली भाषाका कथा कविताहरूलाई पनि महत्त्व दिँदै थियो, तर भानुभक्तले गर्दा चाहिँ नेपाली भाषाको स्थान चाहिँ अहिले महत्त्वपूर्ण रूपमा आएको हो।
भानुभक्त वास्तवमा नेपालका दोस्रा एकीकरणकर्ता हुन्। पृथ्वीनारायण शाहले ढुङ्गा माटोको भूगोल एकीकरण गरेका हुन्। साँचोमा नेपाली मनको एकीकरण त भानुभक्तले गरेका।
खास गरी संस्कृतमा लेखिएको रामायणलाई नेपाली भाषामा अनुवाद गरेर सबै नेपालीले बुझ्ने गरी रामायणलाई बुझ्न उहाँले जुन योगदान गर्नुभयो त्यो अत्यन्त सराहनीय काम हो।
नेपाली समाज, नेपाली भाषा, साहित्य कहाँ थियो भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ भानुभक्तको कृति पढिसकेपछि हामीले त्यसको चाहिँ प्रष्ट हुन सक्छौँ र अहिलेको चाहिँ हामी नेपाली भनेर जुन खालको चाहिँ हामी भाषासँग हाम्रो संस्कृतिसँग हाम्रो सभ्यतासँग हाम्रो सामाजिक चालचलनसँग हामीले जोडेर आफूलाई गर्व गरिरहेछौँ त्यसको चाहिँ मुख्य श्रेय चाहिँ भानुभक्तलाई जान्छ।
And it's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question. Why has the National Sports Council not been able to play a monitoring role? Your options are A, place for political appointments, B, lack of responsibility, and C, officials' vested interests. The voting is on. Type in EWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And that's all for the moment. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.